Hey everybody, today I just want to take a couple minutes to talk about best practices for use on our consumer facing website and just go over a couple of tips and tricks for using the website. So, first things first, go ahead and type Barton Realty into your browser, whichever one you prefer. And our website will pull up here for you. You can go ahead and just search for sale or for rent properties anywhere that you would like. We specifically service Central Indiana with Barton Realty right now. But because of our large referral network with Keller Williams agents all throughout the world, we are able to help connect you with the right agent no matter where you're looking. So be sure to make Barton Realty your first call no matter where you're looking to move. First things first though, I'm actually going to come in and go ahead and log in just because I want to show you some of the features that you get when you do create an account. It is completely free to use. I recommend doing an account just because it will save your preferences and help you when you actually are ready to make a purchase on a home. Because there are guides that'll help you walk through each step of the process, all of that fun stuff when you do log in. And you will find that any feature that's available on our website is also available, plus many more on our mobile app. So if you're interested in that, I do have the link for downloading our app in the description. So be sure you go ahead and do that as well if you're interested. But let's go ahead and log in real quick. And I am going to just go ahead and throw my password in here. And you'll see that when it logs us in, now it's got everything saved that I need to be saved. I have my own feed. This is the guides I was telling you about where I can go in and you'll see whoever your agent is. So for me, right now, that's me. But over on the side here, you can see all of the different steps to getting through the transaction. And just to help you understand a little bit about the process. So for example, I'm at Start Your Search right now. So it'll give you a breakdown of what you want to look for, how to use the app, that sort of stuff. The next step would be getting pre-approved. So I can come over here and if you would like, you could go through the Keller Home Loans, or if you would like some other recommendations, we're happy to help you with who to contact there. If you're even a seller thinking about selling your property, we do have a guide for that as well on here. So definitely be sure you go ahead and sign in for that account. But what I want to go over right now is actually what happens when you search for a property. So let's say I want to check out Brownsburg, Indiana here. You'll see that the big area is defined with everything in Brownsburg, and this is just automatically going to be every home. But if you go up here, you can actually search with a couple of different filters. So we've got a price filter where you can put in a min-max. We have a property type where if you're looking specifically for vacant lots or multifamily homes or townhomes, condos, maybe you want a low maintenance living, you're looking at that. You could always choose those. For right now, let's go ahead and narrow it down to houses though. And then you can also do beds, baths. If you need, let's say you need more than three bedrooms and more than 2 bathrooms. We can go ahead and do 3 plus, 2 plus. There are more filters here if you want to get more specific. If you're looking for a home with a view of a pond or a pool or a deck, you can do any of those things that you would like on here as well. You can do a year built min-max, you can do a lot size min-max, and a square footage min-max. I personally recommend when you're first looking for a home, not getting too specific on limiting yourself on a lot of that. Square footage, if you know you need a certain amount, let's say you're leaving a space, it's gotten too small for you, you know that you need more than the 1,700 square feet you're in right now, you could go ahead and do a minimum of 2,000 square feet if that's what you're looking for. Oh, I went too high there. You could do a minimum of 2,000 square foot, and that would help you to kind of get a definition there. So we'll go ahead and leave that as a parameter. What I want to show you though, that I think is a really cool feature on the site is that you can actually come in and narrow it down here even more. So let's say that you know that you need to live on the northwest side of Brownsburg. So you want to come in and you want to draw your own area here. You can just grab that draw marker and you can go ahead and just make that shape however you want it. That was a terrible shape, but you get the point. And it will only give you those homes that are in that specific area. If you know you want to save this search, you want to see any upcoming homes that are going to come to the market in this particular area, you can hit save search here and just give that search a name. So we'll say Brownsburg, Indiana 1 on this. It will allow you to sign up for notifications. So if you're like, I want to know right now if a home hits the market, I want to be the first one in that property, I want to send Jessica and Chris out to do a virtual tour ASAP, you can do instant and get an email notification instantly when a house hits the market in that area that you've defined. Or you can choose to do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on what you're looking at. Monthly might be a good option if you're working on your credit and maybe you're 6 months out from buying, but you want to know kind of what the housing market is doing in that 6-month period. And you want to see what's come on the market, what's sold, all of that good stuff. You could choose monthly on that, and that would work. If you're home shopping, but you're not I want to make a decision right this second, daily or weekly is probably the best option for you. I'm going to go ahead and do instant though, just so that I can get emails instantly on this search. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about what you're going to see when you choose a home that you're interested in. So let's see here. You will see as you scroll which company each listing is provided by. But for example, let's check this home right here out. So you can come in and you're going to see the number of beds, bathrooms, square footage, how big the acreage is. You can come down, you're going to see an estimated monthly payment. And if you want to know more information about what they're estimating there or put your own numbers in, it's really cool that you can use this as a feature on our site. So the purchase price you can put in, the down payment, let's say you're putting 5% down. You'll see that that will then compute. And interest rate, you can put in whatever you're thinking there. Property tax, a year, that's probably pretty low for taxes there. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that. Home insurance, your condo fees, your mortgage insurance. You can tell it what you think your credit score might be and get started there to find out what your cost would be. So you can see that it actually changed the cost over here when I added the property taxes in. So the more information you can put in there to more accurately reflect the home prices that you're looking at, the better estimate you're going to get. But you want to remember, any home that you're really interested in, I highly recommend you contact the lender that your pre-approval is through and talk to them about realistically what your monthly payment looks like. They will be your resource for all things financial during the transaction. But hopping back in here, you can see, so you've got pictures of the homes. Here's some floor plans, different pictures. You can scroll through if you want. You'll see a property description. So on this particular home, it is actually already pending. So it has an accepted offer on it. So let's slide out here and I'll show you how we can narrow that down so that we're not seeing those homes, so that we're only seeing active homes on our search. We can come back into that search. We can do for sale up here, and we can choose to do only active homes. So that will reset that. And we won't see those pending homes anymore. So let's go ahead and try going into a different one real quick here. Okay, so you can see this is a new property that just hit the market. And again, you're going to get the property type, information on parking, what kind of appliances might come along with the sale, different stuff like that. Financial details is going to show you what the asking price is, price per square foot, the buyer agent compensation, and the taxes. So you just want to make sure that you're reviewing all of that information. And then I think this is really cool. It actually has a section that tells you, so like if you're from a different state and you're looking to move to Brownsburg and you don't know anything about Brownsburg other than you just got accepted to a job in the area and you need to make a move, you don't know anything about the neighborhoods, the community, the environment. This is a great resource where you can come in and you can actually see what the people who live in Brownsburg have said about the area and kind of what they give as the vibe of that local community. So on here you can see that Brownsburg, it does say it has a farm culture, friendly community, it's humanitarian focused, there's a big emphasis on student life, and there are a lot of animal advocates in Brownsburg. Walkability is only at 24% on here. They do say you're pretty car dependent when you live in Brownsburg, and you'll see the sources for where all of that information comes on here too. So another really cool thing I think that is worth signing up on this site just so that you can use this feature is we have a commute time. So if you don't know anything about the area other than where you're going to be working, it's a good idea to put those places in that you'll be frequently going to so that you know how far away each house is from that. So, for example, I put in the Barton Realty office address here. So you can see that if I were to purchase this home, I would be 20 minutes from work. That's a 20-minute drive twice a day to get into the office and to come back home. So let's say I want to add another place. You could type in any address. Let's say you have your mother-in-law lives at, we'll just use our office as an example again. So you can see that that time changes there, but you could put in, mother-in-law and have that place so that everywhere you look on your app or on here, it will tell you how far away you are from those things. You can also see how long it would take you to bike from that location into work because we do care about the environment. And if you love biking, Indianapolis and the suburbs have a big emphasis on bike trails and bike paths and all of that stuff. So just a cool little feature in there. Also, walk time. I definitely would not make that walk. 3 hours a day seems a little bit much to me one way to get from this house to the office, but to each their own. Next thing you're going to see when you come down here is the school systems and what schools are available in that area. So you'll see in Brownsburg for this particular house, which schools your children or child would be attending if you were to purchase this home and put them in the schools. It is important when you're purchasing a home, even if you don't have children now, if you plan to have children in the future, you just want to make sure that you do your research on the school districts and the ratings and get all of that information ahead of time to make sure that you're making a good decision for your future children or the children that may be in the school system when you make that move. You'll also see if there's an open house scheduled on there, and then back down to the financial part here where you can put in the purchase price, your down payment amount, find out all of that information on here. You do have the option to go ahead and check out possibly getting a home loan through Keller Home Loans. If you want to just come on here, if you haven't gotten a pre-approval yet, that is something that you could definitely get into and check out here. And then, of course, if you want to reach out to me, there you go. You got all my information there, so you can get a hold of me anytime. But let's say you do really like this house and you want to go ahead and do a tour, or you have a question you want to ask me. You'll see over here on the right-hand side, let's say I want to go ahead and save this property. So I'm going to save this into a collection. I'm going to call this collection. I already have this one set up. So I'm going to say Jessica's favorite. And I'm going to say, I love this house. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. I could also share it. So if you hit share here, you could copy it in an email. If you're in the app and you hit share, you can share it to anyone you want via text message, which is super helpful if it is you and a partner or roommate or a spouse trying to find a home that works for both of you. We know there's a lot of compromise when there's more than one buyer. So it's important to kind of share back and forth which homes you like, which homes they like, so we can get a feel for kind of what we're looking for on that middle ground to find the perfect home for everyone involved in the transaction. But you can come down here and you can do request a tour. So if you want to go ahead and schedule a video tour on this home, that is something that we offer, where we will go and do a FaceTime or a Facebook Live tour for you. You could go ahead and choose the availability and time for that. But if you want to do an in-person, you can come over and do the in-person and select your date and time there. So like, let's say I want to do this tomorrow in the afternoon. I can go ahead and put that in. You can choose additional time frames if you have more time than that. Go ahead and put in as many as you want there, and you can write a message and just say, we would love to meet you here tomorrow. And just go ahead and hit request the tour. And that will come into me or Chris or one of our agents, and we will know that we need to get in touch with you to make sure that we get that set up and scheduled for you. If you do want to do a video, we do ask that you go ahead and tell us which preferred platform you're on. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, we love to do the FaceTime through there. Facebook Messenger is great. Zoom is another one we use quite frequently. So all of those are available for the home tour. If you are a current client of ours or a future client, we do ask, though, that before we go show homes, we do have a copy of your pre-approval in your file. So if you're not sure how to get one of those or what that is, we do have some great educational videos over on our YouTube channel at Barton Realty LLC. I will link it in the description of this video. But check those out, get a pre-approval. If you're ready to home shop, that is truly your step one. We're happy to recommend lenders, mortgage professionals that can help you out. But that is something that you definitely need to do before we start going to see these homes, because there's nothing more disappointing than thinking that you'll be approved for a certain amount, looking at homes, dreaming of your future in that home, and then finding out that you don't quite qualify for that particular amount. So that is a key part of getting that done. Let's say you're not really sure if you want to see the home, but you do have a question about the home. It will send you to this Ask Your Agent. You can type in anything in here that you want. If you don't put your phone number in, I will send you an email, or we will send you an email with the answers to the questions. So we do ask that you put your phone number in just so that we can text you. That might be easier with some of the answers. But we do try to get back to you within at least an hour of asking those questions, so that we can get you going and find out if that's a home you're interested in, because homes are selling pretty quickly still. So we just want to make sure we're staying on top of getting those scheduled if you do want to see a home in person or via video tour. I personally think this website is great for the consumer side of things. If I were shopping for a home, I would prefer to use this site over some of the other ones I've used, just because I think that there's a lot more in one place that is super easy to get to. So there are a couple other things on here that you can check out if you're interested in. There's a little bit of information about myself and Chris on here. There are a couple of links to different blogs, frequently asked questions about what it's like when you go to buy a home or sell a home. So definitely hop on here and check all that out for yourself. Real quickly, you can link with us on any of our social media through here. So we would love for you to connect with us on one of those. We do constantly post, so try to keep you up to date on everything that's happening in the Central Indiana real estate market, as well as the national housing market, what's going on with the new things in mortgage industry, all sorts of stuff. We try to keep our content really relevant and highlight what we think is important to buyers, sellers, investors, and agents in real estate. So check that out. And then the other thing I just want to show you real quickly on here before I hop off is the feed button. So if you come in here, you're going to see the save searches. That save search we just did for Brownsburg is right here. You can see that that was a drawn area, not just by neighborhood, which that is something I didn't mention on here. So if we search by neighborhood in here, we're looking at Brownsburg. You'll see that these blue lines, these are actually defined by neighborhood, just so it makes it a little easier when you're doing some home search stuff. So here we go, we'll come in this one. And you'll see that it is a part of Fox Chase neighborhood here. So it'll kind of show you the outline of where Fox Chase is. And if you hit this explore button, that's where it goes into more detail about you know, what the locals say, how car dependent it is, what's going on in the market, what's available, a bigger breakdown on the what people are saying part of things. You can see in this one, they're saying that there's a lot of networking opportunities, a good amount of hardworking locals, live music, all of that fun stuff is on here. So I think that's really cool if you don't know anything about the area to come in and check out. And again, it'll show you the neighborhood there. Okay, so back to feeds that we were looking at here. So you come over to feed and you'll see our search here. You'll see a couple different save searches that I have going on in mine. It will categorize them by each. And if you want to come in, you can go ahead and go to this collection update and you can do view collections. And you can see that as an agent, I make featured listing collections to send out every once in a while. But let's say you want to go ahead and create your own collection. You can come in and you can call it, I don't know, whatever you want. Homes near Main Street. And then you want to be notified of new listings that come up every 2 weeks. Go ahead and create there and it will create a new collection for you where you can go in and see that. You can also search by neighborhood in here if you want. So let's say you want to follow a neighborhood. So let's say Whitmore Place. Oops. Oh, that took us pretty far away to the UK there. So like I said, this app can be used all across the world. But Whitmore Place, Plainfield, Indiana. Okay, so I went directly into Whitmore Place, Plainfield, Indiana, which is a neighborhood I know I'm interested in keeping an eye on. So I can go ahead and hit Whitmore Place here. And again, just create a collection from this neighborhood. If I want to keep track of what's going on in that neighborhood, all I would have to do is just hit save search and it would save that for me and I would be able to see it. Great little feature if you just want to go in and check out different neighborhoods to see, you know, kind of what's going on, what's available, and it will break it down so that you can see all of them in here. Just in that little area, I was searching there are 21 different subdivisions or neighborhood boundaries that it will allow you to keep an eye on or to check out, see what's going on in each one. And each one has all of that information about what locals are saying, how far away it is from the things that you love. And if there's a particular place that you want to keep an eye on, all you got to do is just hit follow here and it'll follow that neighborhood and tell you when any new listings or anything happens in that neighborhood that is noteworthy or worth making, you know, note of. So that's it, guys. That is a breakdown of how to use our consumer-facing app. If you hop on here and you do want to go ahead and download our mobile app, you can send a text or use the link that I have down in the description, or you can come in and hit mobile app here. And when you come to the download the KW app, all you got to do is hit this download here and you can either download it directly in the App Store, or you can go ahead and put your phone number in and it will send you a link to that. So that's really cool. Also has the video on here. We'll just take a second and watch this. Just a note, if you send us a tour request in the middle of the night, we're not going to get back to you in an hour, but we will get back to you after 7 a.m. when the office opens. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That covers how to use our website. We hope that you found this information valuable. Thanks for spending some time with me today to learn the best practices for using the bartonrealty.com website. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, for all of your real estate needs, Barton Realty is the key.